Hello everybody,
Hello.
1302 Unplugged here.
Yes, it is.
So, had a little mishap last week. We recorded a video which was posted
Yesterday?
last night.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay.
And saying how we were going to go see the Planet of the Apes and everything.
Yeah.
And had a couple of movie reviews there too.
Yeah.
And then we go that next day to see Planet of the Apes like we said we were. And guess what? Was sold out.
Sold out.
What
yeah.
bullshit. So, here we are. We delayed both posts a week.
Yeah.
So, we're finally headed to see Planet of the Apes tonight.
Like we say, shit happens.
Yeah.
But we are here now tonight.
We are.
Finally.
So, what are your hopes for it?
My hopes is that pretty much if it can remain as good as number 2, but obviously have a little bit more oomph, since it is a series that's leading towards what we know is as Planet of the Apes in a way, then it just needs to have a bit more drama, a little bit more hook, a little bit more emotion.
Yeah.
And if you can just one up it a little bit more than number 2, then I'm happy.
Yeah. Overall, I have a feeling that it's going to be at least as good as number 2. At this point in the series as a whole, I'm more concerned with them actually getting to the Planet of the Apes, not Dawn of or Battle of blah blah blah.
The transition.
I want the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, but
and at this point, I'm afraid that they're not going to do that, based off of what the producers and originators and writers have said.
Yeah.
That, you know, what I read was they said, well, we know what happens.
Yeah, they know that
we're doing our own kind of thing, but we know the basics of what happened. So we're discussing how it got to there, and that's, for me, that's concerning, because I don't, just in my view of what I would like the series to be, I don't want it to be that. I want them to do that plus the Planet of the Apes.
I don't want
vision
to feel like you do so many installments just to get to what we know as the, you know, from the old ones, like, oh, we know how it's going to end. You need a full circle.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they do, and they to me they complete that circle by doing what they've done by having the same basic premise as the original Planet of the Apes, but having their spin on it. You know, not being set 2,000 years in the future or anything like that. Like, have their own spin on it, but have it be the same basic storyline. That's what I want to see. And I'm just so terrified after all of that they're not going to do that. They're just going to leave us hanging with. They're never going to do that.
And if you feel like they end it and they don't get to that movie, would you sell them?
Oh, without a doubt. Because there's no point, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel it is a little pointless.
I get their line of thinking, but in my humble opinion, there is no point to it, and it's an incomplete series as long as you don't do something to do with the original in some way, shape, or form, that story. So yeah, if they decide they don't do that, then it's over.
Well,
forever.
And you know,
no, I'm done.
A lot of filmmakers and people today are driven by what a lot of critics and fans say about things, so they can, at the time, whatever their thinking is, could always be swayed a little bit more if enough fans are like, hey, where the fuck is Planet of the Apes, you know? And then they might decide to budge on it later, but it's, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's like with Bond. We got our Daniel Craig.
Hallelujah.
So I'm happy about that.
And the November 18th or 9th or something like that, 2019 release.
I think it's November 8th, 2019.
2019.
I believe. I'm excited.
Something like that. You know you need to be in that lane, right?
Do I?
Yeah. Cool. We're off to Yogurt Land before the movie.
Yogurt Land.
So hopefully
because it's
they have
fucking hot outside.
Yeah. Hoping they have something sugar-free for my diabetic self.
Yeah, how unprogressive of them if they don't.
If they don't, I guess I'm just going to be hungry.
And you could, like, put a very nasty comment on you.
If I wanted to be a middle-aged, middle-class person, I could just bitch out the manager.
And you can do that.
So, but, you know, not the manager's fault that they don't carry sugar-free. He doesn't make the corporate recipes. So,
well, you gotta blame somebody.
Gotta blame somebody. But anyway,
it's always a fall guy.
We will be back shortly with our review.
Yes.
Hey everybody.
Hello.
So we're back from seeing Planet of the Apes.
War for the Planet of the Apes.
War for the Planet of the Apes, yes. So why don't you go ahead and give your thoughts?
I thought it was emotional.
Nice.
And it was very funny in comparison to the other ones due
Had-
to a certain
Okay.
character. What?
Qualify that a little bit. It wasn't very funny. It had
It had some
nice moments of comedic relief.
That's correct.
That is better than saying it was very funny. Very funny would
It had-
indicate that it's partially a comedy.
It had some funny
Comedic relief.
comedic relief, whatever.
Exactly. Bad Ape. To be specific.
Bad Ape,
We
voiced
won't
by
be giving
Steve
anything
Zahn.
away, but Steve Zahn. If you know who Steve Zahn is, if you don't, go Wikipedia him, IMDb, you'll know his face. If you know Steve Zahn, it's a very fitting character for Steve Zahn, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I thought so.
So continue.
I thought so. And yeah, it was pretty cut and dry and fairly to the point. And but compared to like Rise and Dawn, I felt this had, like I said, an emotional hook to it. And the music in this was a lot better.
Yeah, it was.
And Woody Harrelson was very good. That was about what I expected from Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
And probably my favorite Caesar role by Andy Serkis in the series.
Probably one of my favorite Andy Serkis roles, period.
Yeah, it's really
This
good.
particular movie.
It's really, this particular movie, he did a
Yeah,
really outstanding
He
job.
did.
And so I'm excited for the upcomings.
Yeah, assuming there are any.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it was 2 hours and 20 minutes. Felt there
Yeah.
were a few parts that they could have condensed a little bit, maybe get that more to the 2 hour mark.
Yeah, I agree.
Just a few parts. Nothing to complain about too much. Just personal preference. Loved Andy Serkis. Woody Harrelson, like I said, was Woody Harrelson. Is exactly what you expected from him in this role. Maurice, the orangutan, he was good. Had more of a role in this than in the other movies.
Yeah, he did, for sure.
And the storyline was about what I expected. It was really good. Overall, I would say I enjoyed it much more than the second one. I really liked the second one.
Yeah.
Hey, stop that. So, if you like the first two, definitely go see this one. You won't be disappointed. It definitely does continue. Something that I've been talking with some people about at work and some other places. Is that they're, haven't seen the second one or haven't seen the first one or haven't seen this one after having seen the first one because they're not really sure how or why it's relevant to the upcoming story and the continuation of the story, why they don't just do a Planet of the Apes. They are trying to paint the picture of how that happened, how the Planet of the Apes, how
You
it
know what I
happened.
think about in a lot of ways? It's dawned on me, but it's like you have the old Planet of the Apes, right? And then in different movie universe, you had the alien movies.
Mm-hmm.
And we know about xenomorphs and aliens, but we never knew how they became about and stuff.
Yeah.
And now you
Same
have the
way
new
kind of
Ridley
Prometheus.
Scott movies painting the portrait of the origins of how you got to xenomorphs.
Yeah.
To me, it's the same sort of situation with these Planet of the Apes. It's the origin of how the progression of the ape became Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, and it is similar
In that way.
They could do that if they wanted to. I could see them doing that.
But the
I don't
difference is this is
particularly
its
care
own-
for them to do that.
But this would be their own series
Yeah.
versus leading into the original Planet of the Apes. Where this one, where like the alien ones lead to the original aliens.
I could see that being their thought process. I don't like that thought though because of how they're changing it a little bit. Because
Yeah, well, that's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
originals,
Because they would still have to do their own Planet of the Apes.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they can do that, but they still have to do their own actual
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
Not just take the old one, of
Yeah.
course.
So, hopefully they'll do that. Hopefully either the fourth one or the fifth one, if they do a fourth and or fifth, will be a Planet of the Apes. I could see easily the fourth one being kind of like a building of the ape civilization to become the dominant force on Earth.
Yeah.
And then maybe a fifth one being a Planet of the Apes. I think the fourth one being a Planet of the Apes would be rushing it a little bit.
I think a good 2 more pictures
and that's it.
Will set the tone.
Don't
but
do 6.
I don't think. Yeah, that's a bit much.
5 is a bit much, but with the way they've done it, 5 makes sense.
Right, because it's kind of like a
don't do
semi-slow, semi-fast,
Yeah.
median progression. So it's like the way the pace is very 4 or 5, and then
Yeah. So hopefully that's what they'll do. We're looking forward to see how they progress in the development of the Planet of the Apes series.
yeah. But so far, Matt Reeves has done.
He's done a
Pretty good
fantastic job, and he's up to direct, and I think he's rewriting
The
the
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Which, if any of y'all haven't heard the latest, not the rumors, the truth, Ben Affleck's our Batman. They're not replacing him or anything.
Of
so
course, that
don't.
until I see it, I'll believe it. But since they've said it, I'll believe it for now because there's no reason not to. But you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but
So I think most of the rumors Ben Affleck said were like because he left directing the solo Batman movie was that he's stepping back or he's being fired. They say no. They say he's not. He's just going to star.
and he's been likable so far.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't like him though, but probably 50-50.
There's always haters.
Sure, but hopefully he'll stay. Looking forward to that. And what's our next movie? Dunkirk, right?
Dunkirk, yeah, that's our next movie review.
I'm looking forward to that. I've heard it's
not.
different. Most people are saying it's Christopher Nolan's best movie yet. I love his movies. I know you didn't. I fucking loved Interstellar. Then everyone loves his 3 Batman movies. That's what everyone goes to.
Everyone
Compared to
loves
other
The Dark
things he's
Knight.
done, is shit.
The Dark Knight's his best movie.
No, it's not. Interstellar's better than The Dark Knight. He did The Prestige. Love that movie.
That was good.
I love Christopher Nolan. I'm looking really forward to this movie. I've heard it's really good. One of his best, if not his best. Very different in the way it tells the story.
You don't think it's going to be a slow movie?
I don't know. It could be, but a lot of these World War II movies, like Saving Private Ryan, different things like that.
Well, that's another
They
thing.
have they're long, but the action in there chops it up to where it doesn't feel as long as it actually is.
I guess my scare is Christopher Nolan taking on a World War II movie without making me snooze.
I don't think he's going to. I think it's going to be more action. You're thinking too much Interstellar, which Interstellar was a bit slow.
But his
and a very
runtime on
talkative
movies
movie.
too.
But I think this one's going to be far more actiony
Intense?
and intense than his normal
That's
movies.
what I'm hoping for.
I don't think it's going to be a big talking movie.
That's what I'm saying.
So we'll see. I'm looking really, really forward to it. So, of course, I love World War II stuff. I love old type stuff like that. So
I do too.
I'm
but
biased. You don't as much as I do. Please.
Doesn't mean. Don't be like that. Yeah, like that.
Oh, gosh.
Like, doesn't mean Nolan can do everything.
No, but I have faith that they'll do a good movie.
Okay.
So
Well,
we'll see.
I hope to be proven wrong. So.
Hopefully we'll see that next week. Get back to you guys, and we've taken up way too much of your time. So
Yeah.
subscribe. Should be somewhere down here
Yes.
or down here. I'm not really sure. And watch our other videos
Here.
and check us out later.
Okay.
Bye.